Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and also I'm true speaker, healer, energy worker, guide, mentor, co-creator, and galactic ambassador from Pleiadians. And with me today is two lovely ladies, Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimensions of being. Morgan has been called healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morgan is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their secret spiritual self and have deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. And with us is Jeannie Reyna, licensed psychotherapist in state of Washington, working primarily with early childhood trauma, sexual abuse, emotional neglect, helping clients empower themselves. Jeannie sees herself as lifetime student of growth. She continually takes classes to enhance her knowledge base. Please remember, if you or your family or friends are interested in personal therapy and healing, you can reach out to Morgan, Jimmy, or myself for private sessions. All contact details are in the description below the video. If you like what I do, please like, share, subscribe for my YouTube and Rumble channel. Hello, hello, hello to my lovely ladies.
Good
How
morning.
you?
I'm
I'm
I'm I'm I'm working on still recovery, so we're good and grateful that I had the last couple of weeks off to 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 move into recovery. I ended up getting some kind of nasty flu bug or something. I don't know what it was, but finally I feel like I'm coming on the other end of it. So it's good to be back.
I don't have anything nasty like that, but most definitely I have that. My microphone is giving.
We hear you just fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I don't have like anything nasty, but I'm very tired.
Hmm.
I can sleep, but not even sleep. I vegetate. I
Hmm.
can't sleep, but I vegetate. I don't have any thoughts. I'm just like like I'm here in my body, but my spirit is God knows where.
Hmm.
Have no idea where. So
Hmm.
yeah, I usually up early. I'm early bird and leave me alone in the evening. But at the moment, it sort of changes. I can't get out of bed. I
Hmm. Yeah, I've been sleeping a lot, just
Yeah.
sleeping a lot.
It's interesting. Dega, I feel the same way that you do. Been having the same experience, and I feel like I'm starting to cocoon in a way that I'm grateful for because I feel like I'm getting clarity around things, which is beautiful. Like,
Hmm. This is if we think about it, this is hibernation time.
yeah,
And I too, I think as humans, we're not in sync with the cycles of the seasons like our forefathers have been. We 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 as humans are in push, accomplish, make it happen. The doer, and this really is a time of retreat, going within. And I think when we don't honor that, then I think the universe has its own beautiful ways of helping us go there. So and that's something I've remembered a lot. And I know Dega has something to share, but in going back to the course, I look at today's reading. It's like the spirit, not the body, is what is real, right? And Daga talked about the vegetation, right? The body's just there, but the spirits Who knows, right? Um, it's important to keep coming back to what the truth is, and we do have bodies, and we have to honor our bodies, and because our bodies is what helps us navigate this world. But there's also the honoring of what all the energies are around us, because when we try to like I've been so busy, and it's like even when I was sick there were things I had to do, and it's like I felt like I was constantly pushing the river because it's not in sync, right? But there are things going on in my life that need my attention. So, being human is so interesting, and just learning to honor and heal and love our body temples so that they remain strong and good and can help transport our spirits and souls wherever we want to go. So yeah, so remembering that we're not our bodies, but our bodies are here, and we must respect that. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, then I will read what I have to, because we are now very close to full moon,
Hmm.
and I've been told to prepare everybody little something to say to cleanse yourselves in this full moon. Yeah, full moon release. This full moon I release that which no longer serves me. I release all pain and anxiety, fears, and blocks that keep me from my connection to the divine. I also cut all cords connecting me to trauma from my past life. I release all that is toxic within and around me. I start anew. I start anew today, free of guilt, hurt, and self bondage that keep me from manifesting in life that I desire. And so it is.
Hmm.
So yeah, very short, but I think very strong release material, which one everybody could could do it on full
Yeah.
moon, which one is in few days.
Yeah, and that really relates to what I just read too, right? All that stuff is just that material. It's not real. It's, and the when we have the capacity to release that and move back into what is true and real, then we got it, But we're still here on the planet, right? And we're still working it out. We're still learning, still growing. But having these beautiful little ceremonies, that's why I love working with the moon or whatever. Oh, our opportunity to release and let go what doesn't belong to us. How beautiful is that, right? we just get these beautiful reminders. So thank you. I don't have a whole lot of energy to talk around that, but I love that. It's 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 interesting that we come here into a manifest form, right? Here we are. We seem to be solid, and we got a form, we got a body, and then in course we're told it's not real.
It is very strange at the moment, like
Hmm.
few different realities, sort of.
Hmm.
I absolutely, whenever anybody is saying me about something what they hear in the news, yeah,
Hmm.
okay, great, let's see what is underneath that, and what is underneath this one, and what
Right.
is underneath that one, yeah. So I straight away looking for what actually happened, yeah. Like around us at the moment is quite a lot, from starting from evening about 7, 8 o'clock. we have hell of a lot of helicopters around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all 3D world people actually knows that is going on some kind of army trainings, usual army trainings, nothing to be worried about, nothing to be. I'm not worried. I'm excited. I can't wait when something will.
That's a
I'm
very, yeah,
excited.
that's a different perspective. It was interesting. I was called to deal with a conflict in our community, and it was a whole team that contacted me about something that happened, right? So as I listened to them tell the story about what, there's 4 people on that team, and they each told me a story about what they witnessed, right, and how they reacted. And I'm just like listening, and part of me inside is just laughing. I'm not doing it out loud, right? Because they're being triggered all over the place because someone said something in the way that triggered each of them in a different way. And it was hilarious because I said, first of all, I go, was anybody harmed? No, no, nobody was harmed. Uh, was there any threat? No, there was no threat. I go, what's the problem? Well, and then they would start, well, that hurt my feelings. I go, oh, isn't that interesting? I go, well, let's talk about your feelings. It's like people are so hooked into this. And someone was saying, well, this person went off and they were crying and I got afraid. I go, you got afraid? I go, well, that's a real interesting reaction. I said, that's way far different from how I would have reacted. And someone had the courage to say, well, how would you have reacted? I said, I would have been curious. I'd have just simply been curious, because when we let those reactions, right, and all that stuff is their own unhealed stuff, right? And they don't like hearing that because they want to blame someone else for their reaction. And I'm not going to let them get away with that, right? No, this is your reaction. These are your feelings. This is what's going on inside of you. So when we really stop to look at it, really those people that seem to trigger us, what a great gift they are, because they show us exactly where we still need to do some work.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah.
know everybody's going, I don't want to hear that.
Right. But I think this is the time. If there's ever a time, this is the time. I mean, we look outside and everybody's blaming each other, politically, socially, everything. And there's absolutely no better time to be working, to turn it within and say, oh, if I'm being triggered, I need to work on that.
Exactly. Exactly. Like Nega was talking about with hearing a news report, right? Go deeper. And what is this triggering within you? Because we're here to heal collectively. I know this in the bone of my being. I know that this is the truth. And that's how when I receive news out there, I don't care what side it's on. What am I feeling? So that's like the Ho'oponopono way, right? That's not how Dr. Hugh Lin. It's like whatever triggers you, go clean that.
Right.
Go clean that.
Right. And for me, it's like people keep on talking about, the powers that be are doing this and doing that and blah 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 blah. But we're not it's not going to be any, like, I think people think there's going to be a savior, or somebody's going to save us. But I think, I believe, I don't think, I believe, I mean, I know is that it's going to take all of us to do our own individual work, and not look outside of ourselves and blame somebody else. That's just using that outside part as an scapegoat for the inner work that we need to do. And then once we do the work, it's we're creating a vibration that is spreading out, and we're doing more than we'll ever do blaming somebody else. I mean, that's giving our power away, because everything we do, is about us. It's we have the vision of the world that what we think of the world is, that's our vision. And it's about us changing our vision and doing our own work to help change the world, because the powers that be can only be there if part of us is within them, and so it's like we got to change ourselves if we want a better world in this life. Like I think when we blame other people, we give our power away. We don't realize the power within us. We can change our world if we change within. And I think that's the message of this time, more than anything else, is to be changing ourselves and not, blaming. We can blame all we want. We're not doing squat for anybody, especially ourselves. We're just getting more miserable and more.
Oh yeah. And then they get together and then they have a fervor around it. So it's like a big, it's really, I laugh a lot, right? Because I see what's happening from that bird's eye view, not from the, I'm not in the fray of it. And it's always, I'm very curious. I honestly stand in that place of curiosity when this stuff is going on. It's like, oh, that's really interesting. Look how this one reacts. Oh, look how this one reacts. How am I reacting? What's going on for me, right? It's like, come back to yourself, because those are those beautiful places, those trigger points, those even the noticings. They're there for you to. That's your work to do, right? That's your piece to do. Yeah.
Right. And I'm saying that, knowing that there are things publicly that people, like we shouldn't like just let things happen and roll over. That we should be able to say what is wrong and take our voice. But also we need to be checking in, how triggered are we getting? And if we're getting really, really triggered, we got to take care of we got to work on a deep rooted anger that we have within inside of us.
Yeah.
That we're projecting onto this situation.
Yep. Absolutely. Because go ahead, David.
No, go.
It's really about the consciousness, right? It's where are you? Where are you in your consciousness? And when you see a collective consciousness in anger or hate or any of those lower frequencies, that's really a big clue for you what work you need to do. It doesn't mean that you carry it all, but that's your opportunity to start to wake up and remember the truth, because it's that collective, that's that consciousness that's going to shift and change everything. When we heal our consciousness, when we go back and remember really who we are and what we are, then our world will change. Right now, we're learning who we are. We're waking up to who we are. We're starting to align with who we are. And this is the hard part, right? But this is why we have come. We said we could do this. I'll go back to some of the, I should have pulled those cards out. The work we do with Oxo Halo's work and Dr. Michael Sharp's work we chose to come back here because we could do this. We could help humanity turn this around. And that's what I believe about the three of us. That's why we get together and do this. We don't do this for ourselves. We certainly don't do it for money. We don't do it for fame. We don't do it for any of that, because we don't got any of that. But it's not for that. It's for healing our own consciousness so that we become a ripple in the world for others to heal theirs. So, okay, Daga, go for it.
what I wanted to say is, Ginny was telling about you need to do work on yourself because you're giving your power away. I would go even deeper, and that's what worries me more. Not only you giving your power away, but you actually giving your power to negative forces.
Right.
Yeah,
You grow that. That's what you're growing when you do that. Yep.
your ignorance to do work. Yeah, you actually making negative forces stronger.
Yep.
Right. You're projecting your own stuff onto this situation, and it's making it worse. And we know, I mean, we know consciously that love is the most powerful thing on the earth. And yet when the shit hits the fan, we're in the anger. And it's like, we got to remember, it's a call for, it's like when Madoff took everybody's money and everybody got angry. And there was a woman that went to a spiritual healer, and the healer said, so what do you think God wants, or something? What do you think? She asked her a spiritual question, like, where does God fit in all this? And the woman says she's been working on, her spirituality forever. And the woman said, oh, that we don't have time for that. This is a real problem. And I think, we forget, we get the material stuff back, and we forget what is the actual problem. Like, the problem is we've lost touch with God and the Holy Spirit and our higher self. And it's like, we have to come back to ourselves.
Yeah.
And know this is an illusion, and we need to change. It's so important to change our vibration, because we're learning more and more every day that the vibration is everything in people's lives. What we carry in our vibration changes our world. And so if we can pay attention to that and where we are, and stop projecting and own our shit, it'll make a world of difference.
Yeah. It's like, what is it that you want to, what's the world you want to create? If you contribute to the hate and the anger and the confusion, you're just creating more of the same.
Right.
Period.
Right.
It's the courageous who go, no, I stop that.
Right. And it's not an argument, it's just, people try to argue, and it's like, I don't want to be in the argument. It's just either, you get it or you don't. But and the people that are in their argument are not owning their stuff. Once you own your stuff, there's no argument.
Exactly. But you have to be willing to be wrong.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to go. And that's one of the practices, and I've shared that before, is to ask yourself, where else am I wrong?
Right.
People don't want to ask that of themselves because they don't want to be wrong, because they think there's something wrong with being wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
And it's when we're wrong that we learn the most. That when we can admit that we're wrong, we learn the most. If we're not admitting we're wrong, we're not learning anything. We're just staying stuck.
Right. And then we're wearing that mask, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm okay. Nothing to see here.
Right.
But on the inside, you know.
Right.
And
the only one the fooling is you. Is themselves. No, they're not fooling anybody else.
Right. And I love that word, fooling, because then you look like a fool in the world.
Right.
Right.
And the more they feel like they're looking like a fool, the more anger they get. And it's just like, just stop and admit, and own your stuff. You don't have to be angry if you own your stuff.
No. I decided to go pull one of the Book of the Triumph of the Spirit cards, because I was being called to go do it. Right.
Okay.
So this one is the universe.
Oh, neat. It's great.
So,
That's what we're talking about.
yep, exactly. And you see all the beings there, right, in the wheel, right?
Mhm.
The universe is also called the ascension. This card is a card of prophecy. This card is linked to the world, to sacrifice, and to the promise. This card is the ascension. Remember, we are the light workers. We joyfully sacrifice and descend so we may uplift the universe. We struggle with our family and the world. The chariot is our tool. Mastery over energy is our goal. We practice, we fight, we win, we lose. In duality, we struggle and the energy boils. In duality, we struggle and the energy churns. When the time is right, we breathe, we ignite, we push, and like a Roman candle, we light up and ascend our bodies, Gaia and the entire multidimensional universe. Then we start a new dance. We initiate a new unfolding. We ignite a new creation. And I love those words, right? Because that's what we do when we don't give our energy to the world. When we extract ourselves from that and we begin to remember we are the light workers. Well, what the hell does that mean? What is that? What is a light worker?
I believe a light worker is somebody who serves others. You know, that helps the world become a better place and helps each other become better.
It's what we came here for, to light up the world. We're light workers. We're not here to bring darkness.
Right.
And what is light? Light is information. Light is code. Light is remembering. It's awakening. That's what light is, and we bring that. And if we don't, then we're just part of the whole problem.
I think we're part of the illusion
We are.
and not in the reality. You know, we kind of have it backwards here, that we believe that we're living in reality when it's all illusion and projections of other people's stuff.
Yep. Yep.
I actually now feeling that when I'm going to sleep, I actually start real work. When I activate all my med beds in my healing centers, then I start my real work. Yeah, because I know all night all these people will be in this healing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm sort of, yeah, I know I'm at daytime, I have to do this and that, but real work starts at night when I'm not even there.
Isn't that interesting, right? It's we are multidimensional beings. I mean, that's just the truth of it. And you know, I think a lot of the world has really forgotten who they are.
I think lots of world will have to remember that quite quickly, because I start feeling energy changes. Also, I start feeling in truth community and light worker community. I start feeling change of energy, but change of information, because for very long time there wasn't information about medbeds. There stopped information about QFS, yeah. Um, but now I can hear that really with the dates. Now even with the dates, they start telling about medbeds are coming in. You can get appointments. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can start to get appointments. Same as about quantum financial system. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it really seems it's soon. It's coming.
It's
It's not.
already, it's actually already here. It's been here for a long time, right? A lot of technologies have been here for a long time. It's just that humanity doesn't know about it, right? Those are things that are secreted away, and sometimes we accidentally stumble on it or, discover about it. But the truth is that kind of technology has been around for a long time, but we just didn't have it wasn't availed to we the people, so, you know, I know that the veil is lifting. It's been lifting for a long time, but it's kind of like we have to keep going and pulling it up. It's like, look at, who's behind that curtain, right? Like in the Wizard of Oz, the wizard back there pulling levers and making illusions, right? That's and you can either be terrified of it or like look behind there and see what that is. See what is uh, trying to stump us or confuse us or harm us or any of that. It's the courage to look into it, move into it. What the heck is that, right?
Right.
Just like yep, yeah. Who wants to pull a card?
Okay, I'm going for it.
Okay, go for it, Daga.
Stop.
Okay, Jeannie.
Okay. Stop.
Ooh, Daga, you got my favorite card. So this is I don't know what your consciousness was in the asking, but this is Sovereign Queen Maeve. It was the first card I ever pulled out of this deck. Um, so let's find out what she has to say. Okay, Sovereign Queen Maeve, value what is sacred to you by protecting it from interference, even that which may be well intentioned. Be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You're going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with the higher worlds. So open your heart and your mind to the light. There it is. The light. Open your heart, your mind to the light, because that's what we're bringing in, right? And it does. It takes courage. It takes courage to get to do this, to stand in the face of it when everyone else is not. It's like, who can we be in the face of this? It goes on to say, at the portal between everyday reality and the rapture of an unchecked aliveness stands Sovereign Queen Maeve. She's She is an initiatrix, taking us beyond the constraints of polite moralism and into the bliss, sacred passion, grit, and astuteness needed to cultivate and protect the light. I love that. I love that because we also must protect the light. And that's part of our job. Goddess, warrior, queen of the fae, and fearless guardian and protector of territory. Maeve is the wild and determined. She stimulates confidence, encouraging one not to shy away, but rather to assertively engage with life and claim your true place in the world. She encourages us to refuse to allow our sacred territory to be intruded upon by unworthy rulers. Woo, I love that. I love that. Oh my God, yes. Whether they be critical voices in our own mind or ego-driven interlopers. Maeve is the instinct to engage when challenged, to call on recruits and use all the inner wisdom and talent at our disposal so you can avert the light and refuse to be put down or denied your rightful place. So I'll stop it there. It's got 3 more pages of it. But I think that's a good place to stop because it tells us really is like when we are up against, and it looks like we're up against, those forces, it's like, where do we go with that, right? Who can we call on for help? And that's where we have our higher self, our divine guidance, our angels that we can lean into. The Holy Spirit, he's like align up with the Holy Spirit. Teach me, show me how, and those are the ways that I will approach harder situations, those more challenging ones. What did you think about that, Vega? How does that align with what
I was asking actually a question about quantum financial system and medveds. And really, I get the answer. We have to be strong. We have to ourselves actually bring them here. Stand up and bring them here. The answer was pretty clear to me.
Yeah.
We are there. We just need to bring them ourselves here.
Yep. And as I understand it, we are a med bed, that we have the technology within us. And that we do know that, the healing does occur within us, right? And sometimes we need a little help, and those med beds will certainly help. But I believe that we can also, because I've seen miraculous healings before, right? And that's a consciousness. Yeah. So, okay, Jeannie, I've never seen this card before. It's called Anapausis.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? I love those hands on the face.
It's like angel wings around.
Yeah. Truly, it's beautiful. I could just look at that image for a long time. All right, let's read about it. Do not give up. I love that right from the go. Do not give up, but allow your heart to disengage from your struggles. Give yourself much needed rest. You are in a phase of recovery. If you have been off your path, you are going to come back strong. You will regain your spirit of passion, inspiration, and devotion. A certain order of events needs to take place for you and your path to come to fruition. Commit yourself to your sacred journey, trusting that the right thing will happen at the right time. The Greek word anapausis refers to the cessation of work so one can regain strength, renew vitality, and heighten creative productivity. I love that. It's exactly what we've been talking about.
Exactly.
It is a rest for success. The oracle of Anapausis advises physical, emotional, and psychological rest to reset yourself. That might mean switching off without fear or guilt. Now that sentence right there meaning switch off without fear of guilt, because sometimes we think, oh, I can't do that because I need to da da da, and whatever. Find some spaciousness and pleasure within and around yourself so you may experience healing and renewal. If you have been considering working with a healer, this is confirmation to pursue such a path. The oracle also recommends finding spiritual rest, even if you are still working hard. Spiritual rest happens when we take sanctuary in the sacred. We give up trying to become something or other and instead tend fully to the task at hand, completely engaged in the moment. When we do so, we are trusting that the universe knows what it's doing and that we are part of a greater unfolding plan. And I'll stop it there because it too is like 3-4 pages long. So, Jeannie, what do you think about that?
I love it because it's what I've been doing. I've been really listening to I want to say my higher self, like my body, my higher self, and just doing what. So I'm in the midst of purging, and I'm in the midst of and as I purge, I'm really I think about what I want to do, like as I think about retirement and everything, and what do I want to do, and it's interesting because what keeps on coming back to me is it'll be revealed. Like, so I don't have to think about it. If I think about it, it's I'm coming from what I want to do. It's I'm at a place now where I can really follow the inner guidance that I'm being given, and so I trust. And this is what I got from the card as well, is that it's very to trust the inner guidance, and just continue to rest and not feel like you have to be a doer. You like, I mean, I feel like purge isn't doing. Like, if I was to do something, I'd be outside, my house. But I feel like my purging is a way of I feel like I'm being called to do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
the big let go.
Right. And create something different in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I feel like I'm in the like I feel like I'm a caterpillar,
Mm-hmm.
and something else is going to be revealed, and I trust that that's going to happen. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned. Like, I keep on getting that, no matter how many times I try to do something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I just so in alignment with what we've been talking about here today. It's like using even just basically waking up to the patterns of the seasons, right? What is it? What are we doing now? Oh, we're letting go of everything that doesn't belong, right?
Right.
All the old, even if it was good stuff, right? Let it go.
Exactly.
Right? Just let it go, and then ask for that guidance within you. It's like, be connected to that. That was those two cards together really pull this thread that we've been talking about today.
Exactly. Morganne, will you be doing meditation today?
I'm going to read what I pulled for me.
Oh. I'm jumping here.
Right. Okay. Mine is called Solve Polluti, and there's a hertz attached to it. 741 hertz, 741 hertz.
Wow.
So that is a beautiful card as well.
Another very beautiful card.
Yep. So let's find out what this has to say to us. Tune into your heart, and you will be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. Engage in self healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and your mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It's appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. We live in an age of heightened environmental, emotional, and spiritual pollution. During such a world age, it takes more work to experience clarity, purity, and originality. Often, the bulk of our challenge is simply warding off further negative influences and attempting to dislodge the toxins permeating our energy field, psychologically, physically, and emotionally. The onslaught continues with chemical toxins in the foods, polluted oceans, which contaminate sea life, and the bombardment of electromagnetic radiation. When technological development lacks commensurate wisdom, such as the current case, progress contains a shadow side of harm to our planet and her creatures, including us humans. Higher beings are lovingly and faithfully working to assist souls in their transition from fear to a love based inner orientation, and to become strong enough to ward off further negative influences and reverse the toxic culture within themselves and our world. A shift is available for hearts willing to exchange the constant battle with relentless negativity for being a source of light, love, and peace abiding on this planet. When these hearts reside in an inner place of purity, they're able to bring unconditional love and spacious primordial wisdom into our world for the spiritual benefit of all beings. With their positive enthusiasm for the healing of all beings, they can do much good in the world. To be around such hearts instills peace and relaxation, hopefulness, and vitality within the soul. The frequency of the 741 hertz cleans things up. Solve polluti is a Latin expression which means to clear pollutants and toxins. This frequency focuses on clearing, freeing the hold of negativity, and allowing the natural way of bright, beautiful manifestations to unfold. This frequency works to clear infections and electromagnetic radiation from the body. It also attunes one to harmonics of the quantum field, the reorganizing principle of the higher self, which knows what you are and how to dislodge and disengage from that which is inauthentic and obstructive to your radiant being. When this oracle appears in a reading, it's a call to clear yourself and your space in ways that feel affirming, inspiring, and beautiful for you. Trust that no matter how much gunk the ego driven actions of humans might generate, it's no match for the power of spirit at play in willing human hearts. May all such hearts join with spirit and with each other to clear and bless all creatures for the greatest good. So let's just go right there, okay? Let's go right there and move our attention into our own hearts. Just move your attention there. Let your mind just relax and your body relax. Paying attention to your breath. Move attention to your heart. And I would ask you to look within your own heart and ask what is within your heart that is a pollutant or a toxin or an anger. Just look and see. It's okay to see that it's there. And if you find it, find the courage to let that go. That purging, like beautiful Jeannie talked about with her home. This is purging our beautiful body temple, the wholeness of our being. What is within your heart that needs to be purged today? And choose one thing that you could choose to let go of. Maybe someone it felt like someone hurt you. Could you let that go? Could you let that go? Take a breath in. I'm going to invite everyone today, as we move into the natural full moon where it begins to shine the light of the infinite upon us. Open your heart to that light, to that clean energy, to that purification, allowing that light to just come in and sweep all the toxins, the hurts, the blaming, the shaming, all of it. Let the light shine upon it and reveal it for what it is. Nothing. Nothing. Take a breath in. Continue to clean your heart and your mind so that you may walk with a heart that is filled with light, that is filled with love, that is filled with joy, so that we can walk amongst our fellow humans as that consciousness. And as we experience that light and that love and that joy within the depth of our being in our heart, and we align with the Holy Spirit that can guide us and direct us to where to be with that heart-filled light and love and joy. As we do this, we are fulfilling our purpose in our world. In the presence, in the midst of what the darkness has brought, we bring the light. We bring the love. We bring the joy. We bring the peace. We bring the consciousness change because we have changed our consciousness. And we show our bravery and our courage by stepping out into the world with that light, with that love. We don't hide it inside. We bring it forward into the world, and we love, and we bring light, and we bring peace, and we bring joy. Breath in and breath out. Relax. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go of everything that no longer serves you. Let go. Release. Purge. Breath in. Breath out. And I invite each of us to determine what today you can release and let go. And what will you today replace that space with? Will it be love? Will it be light? Will it be forgiveness? Will it be peace? What do you choose? And so this day, we give thanks for all that has been brought forward. We give thanks for the awareness of releasing and letting go what no longer works for us works for our world or works for this consciousness of humanity. We choose to let that go. And so we honor this time that has been given to us to rest, to let go, to recharge, to fill our hearts and our minds with the living light, with the love of unconditional love and the joy. And so, in love and light and joy and peace, I give thanks. And may we rest in that. May we just rest in that, for that is our guidance. That is our love. That is who we are. And it is why we have come. And so, with that, I simply send us off to go do our great work in the world, to wake up and be that living light for all to see. And so it is.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Jeannie, do you have anything to say?
Yes, thank you, ladies, for this. And I think what I'm taking with me, and for everyone else out there, is to rest, let go, and recharge.
Without guilt or shame.
Right.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies. Thank you, Morganne. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all this beautiful knowledge. Thank you very much, everybody who is watching and everybody who will be watching. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels. And hope I see you next week. God bless